Hey, Robert right here. Okay, so this video comes from my last video in where I was talking about the divide in the Second Amendment community. Okay, I said in that video that I was going to be making more videos directed towards the younger generation of people who, are pro 2A or may want to become pro 2A. And I said in that video that Langley Outdoors Academy talks a lot about preserving the Second Amendment and passing it on to the next generation. And that's all great, okay? But my issue is what I notice is that many people in this generation are so incredibly anti gun, and it seems that they don't even know why. They don't even have a good reason. It's just like, oh, I don't like them. No reasoning, okay? So that's an issue, right? Because even if we save the Second Amendment, obviously that's important, right? Fighting against these horribly anti-gun, attempts and whatnot, fighting against that to preserve the Second Amendment is obviously essential, and we have to continue doing that. I do think the Second Amendment is going to last long term. I don't think it's going anywhere. Things can get discouraging at times, but I think the Second Amendment is still here to stay, all right? Anyway, with that being said, I do think it's going to last into the next generation and whatnot. The issue is, with this amount of people being so anti-gun in this younger age group, is there going to be anybody that even wants that right? Okay, is there going to be anybody who even wants to utilize that? Or obviously there'll be some, but will a good amount, right? That's what I'm here to talk about today, okay? Like I said, many people are incredibly anti-gun in this age group. Why is that, okay? Now, I've got a series called Exposing the Spread of the Anti-2A Agenda, okay? In that, I talk a lot about propaganda, indoctrination, generational indoctrination, all this happening in schools and on mainstream media, okay? You can check that out if you want to learn more about any of that, but I believe that is the root cause of this issue, okay? Okay, so that's getting that out of the way. I'm aware that there's many people, there's many different groups in which these people fall into, okay? There's people who are just anti-gun. They're taking a hard stance. You're going to be hard pressed to change their mind, okay? So I'm not focusing on those people. There is people, however, who are misinformed and just simply uninformed on the Second Amendment. And also people who want to be pro 2A, but they're kind of discouraged because there's a really bad image around it, especially for the younger generation, okay? I'm 20, so I'm mainly talking to people a little older than that and obviously younger. There's a bad image around people in this age group being pro-gun, okay? And we're going to talk about that. So those are mainly the group. That's mainly the group of people I'm focused on. Obviously, some of us are already full in, like me, on the Second Amendment. Others are just fully against it, and that, whatever. There's those people in the middle that I'm talking about, mainly in this video, okay? Okay, so some reasons some people might be anti-gun, okay? Some what I feel are propaganda, but in any case, some concerns some people might have. I'm going to go down the list, okay? Obviously, I can't cover everything. I often make this format of video, and like these would be an hour long if I hit every point. So I'm just going to run through a little bit of it. This may become a series. We'll see. Anyway, some concerns that people may have, okay? Like, there's a misconception, okay? Some people seem to think that a firearm is just going to grow legs and walk around and start killing people. That is I shouldn't need to say it, but that is not the case, all right? You could load a firearm Okay, round in the chamber, no safety, all that. Set it down. That gun is never going to fire on its own. Okay, that is not a dangerous item. Even, chambered with no safety on, not a dangerous item. Only when you pick it up, it may or may not become dangerous depending on your handling of it. Okay, so the firearm is not dangerous. Okay. Additionally, this may be a hot take. I think there's people even in the Second Amendment community who are going to disagree with me on this. I don't like the term weapon personally. In my opinion, nothing is a weapon until it is used as a weapon, and anything could be used as a weapon. Okay, that might be a hot take, but that's my take. Anyway, that's honestly kind of beside the point. Another concern people may have is like, oh, I don't trust myself with a gun. Okay, that's fine. If you don't trust yourself, that's fine. But I would say there's a tons of very, very good firearms instructors in this community doing great work. I would encourage you, if you're in that boat, I would encourage you to, spend a couple hours on the range with a reputable firearms instructor and just see what happens. Okay, I bet by the end of that couple hours, you're going to be handling a firearm safely, comfortably, and shooting well. And I think your whole mindset will be changed. Okay, so if that's you, consider that. Those are some of the main concerns that a lot of people seem to have in this age group. And it's just not the case. All right. Okay, moving on now into some discouraging things. Okay. A lot of people don't want to, even the people who do want to be pro 2A, but don't do it publicly anyways, because they're scared of being called out and made fun of. All right. Like, I'll give some examples of some things that these anti-gunners say. Okay. Like, they might say something like, oh, you got a gun, you must be paranoid. All right. That's harmless, right? That's not really a big deal. I shouldn't worry about that, okay? They also, obviously, if you're a gun person, like, if you're a man who owns a gun, but honestly, even a woman probably, like, you're gonna hear the whole thing, like, oh, you must have a tiny dick, okay? You're compensating. That is just laughable at this point. Every gun person has heard that dozens of times. Okay, that is nothing to a Second Amendment person. So those are some examples of some pretty harmless things that might be said about you, but there's some absolutely horribly offensive things that these people can say to you, like they'll accuse you of wanting to be a school shooter, sometimes even, okay? And especially younger people get that one a lot. Younger people who are pro-gun, pro-2A. That is a common thing that is said to us, okay? That is not okay, but it happens, okay? And you still, you just gotta ignore it. It's like, whoo. People are going to say horrible things to make you look bad, to make you feel bad, and that's the point, okay? That's their point. They want to bully you out of utilizing your Second Amendment rights. And that leads me to my next point, okay? Second Amendment rights are not given to you by the Constitution. They are not given to you by government, okay? The Second Amendment is a natural God-given right, okay? Or for those who don't practice religion, it is a natural right given to you by your creator, whatever that is to you, simply protected by the Constitution, okay? So it's not given to you by government. It can't be taken away by government. And a lot of people are spreading lies that is not the case. That government gives you these rights and therefore like let them infringe on them basically. No, that is not how this works. Period. Okay. Simply, at the end of the day, not how that works. Okay. So another misconception that is often said by anti-gunners, like, oh, only old white men have firearms. That couldn't be further from the truth. Okay. The Second Amendment is for everybody. Okay, it doesn't matter your race, your gender, what religion you practice, your age. The Second Amendment is for absolutely every law-abiding U.S. citizen. Period. Okay, boom. That's who the Second Amendment is for. Everybody in this country. Okay, so that is just not a good point either. Okay, so that was just some points, some things that people are scared of, debunked, hopefully. Some common misconceptions and some false things that anti-gunners often say to discourage people from exercising their right. Like I said, I can't hit everything, but that was a little bit of that. Okay, so you may ask, like, what do you do? If you do decide to become pro 2A, okay, what do you do when you get called out in, either minimally or horribly? Okay, the best thing we can do in the Second Amendment community is arm ourselves with knowledge. Okay, so when somebody spews some wild shit, you can come in with, oh, well, actually, this, that, and the other. Come in with facts. Keep a calm, level head. Come in with facts. Facts will win you any argument, okay? Seek out the truth. It's hard. It is harder to find. Not getting it in the mainstream media, but it's available, okay? It exists. Seek out the facts. Do your own research. Win using knowledge and a cool head, okay? That's the best thing we can do as a community. Absolutely the best thing, okay? So, the bottom line is, okay, the point of this whole video is two, okay? The Second Amendment is for everybody, okay? And also, it is okay to be a young person who is pro 2A or pro gun, okay? It is okay to be that, okay? And that's the point, okay? The reason I didn't talk in this video about, like, what you might want to do with a firearm with your Second Amendment rights, whether you're hunting or self-defense or target shooting or the list goes on. I said this in my last video as well about the divide in the 2A community. The Second Amendment is either here or it isn't. It either exists or it doesn't. So whatever you use the Second Amendment for, okay, if you have a firearm, you need the Second Amendment, okay? So that's why that's really beside the point of this video. That's why I didn't talk about that, okay? Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. Obviously, I didn't hit everything. But, I'm trying to keep this video reasonable, amount of time, even though I'm still a few minutes over what I wanted. Okay, I'm going to get out of here. Hope this helped some people. Get in the comments if you got any questions, any other topics along the lines of this you want to hear. You can subscribe to my channel if you want to continue seeing this type of content. And I hope you learned something. I hope you got something to take away from this video. That's going to be it. Goodbye.